Hello, welcome to this HiCAD short clip on the subject of improvements in Sketch. The first improvement affects the move point function in the sketch. In this case, you could maybe select one graphical element. Via the middle mouse button, I am taken directly to line selection and do not necessarily have to click on this button. As an example, I would select this edge as a direction specification and can already see in the preview that the line would be moved correspondingly to the edge direction, but the line's length would be widened accordingly. The angle would remain the same. If I press the middle mouse button again, I get back to the element selection, and I could additionally select these 2 points. Pressing the middle mouse button once more, I switch to select direction. I could select this edge once more, and then I see that the angle has changed accordingly. But the upper horizontal edge's length remains the same. Clicking here, I could of course change the values again and confirm by pressing OK. That was the first improvement. The second improvement concerns the trim function. It has been difficult to explain to people what specific element is being trimmed. It is more obvious in Service Pack 2. Instead of subtle marking, which you received earlier, you can now see that everything that is marked in a bold line remains, and every line that is thinner will be trimmed. So much about the trim function. There is a new point option, which exists in the sketch function as well as in the 3D area. If I want to select the distance between this point and the quad point down here, I had to select the center in the past, and then press return or right-click to get to the point options in order to select the quad point. The new feature is that the quad point is now displayed right away. Next up, the usage of HCM constraints has been improved. Let's start by drawing a small sketch next to the already existing one. Then I can say, for example, via equal distance, that I want to allocate this distance to, for example, this edge. The distance is still in the memory, and thus I can proceed to apply it to, for example, this point. Hence the length is identical at all of these 3 positions. We'll quickly delete this sketch. There is an improvement in the bore patterns. In the past, you had to construct bore patterns as a variant laboriously in 2D as a DCF and add them to the catalog. It is now possible to create a parametrical sketch to which you add variables and save it as a part without referencing, without database, and then in the HiCAD installation directory, under Catalogs, Factory Standards, Bore Patterns. Give it an informative name as a KRA and open it in the CAD editor. You can do so, for example, as a new table. Please note that the table name is important as well as the category. Don't accidentally select punched, but save it as a 2D pattern, because only then the right entries will be made in the table in order for the patterns to be used later on. It should look like this afterwards. And then I can see, for example, the name, or more importantly, the HiCAD path. So bore patterns in this case, the name of the file .kra, which you've entered when saving earlier. Respectively, the variables are shown which you have to add subsequently in order to be able to control your model afterwards. For example, to copy and paste it. The model can be changed here as well via the variables, so you can use it in different positions too. Okay, you can have a look at the other short clips regarding the improvements. Thank you for watching and goodbye.